This recording is for Year 11 methods solving trig equations. Notice in the top right hand corner I have my table of answers for the first quadrant. Okay, question number 1. Sine of x equals root 3 on 2, where x goes from 0 to 2 pi, which means there's one revolution. First off, I'd like to work out which quadrant will my answers be. So I'll look at my 4 quadrants, all stations to Collingwood. And where is the sign a positive answer? The sign will be a positive answer in the first and in the second quadrant. Therefore, theta and pi minus theta will be my two answers. So x will equal theta and pi minus theta. Okay. In the first quadrant, I now use my table to find out where will I find the sign of the angle which equals root 3 on 2. I go down the sine column till I find root 3 on 2, therefore theta equals pi on 3. So theta equals pi on 3, therefore x is going to equal pi on 3, and pi minus pi on 3, where x is going to equal pi on 3, and 2 pi on 3. So they're my two solutions for theta, where sine of theta equals root 3 on 2. Question 2 involves the tangent. The tangent of x equals negative 1 on root 3, where x also goes from 0 to 2 pi, so that's 1 full revolution. Again, I'll look at my 4 quadrants, all stations to Coburg. Where will I find the tangent negative? The tangent's positive in the first and the third, so it's going to be negative in the second and the fourth. And if theta is my answer in the first quadrant, then pi minus theta will be the answer in the second, and 2 pi minus theta is the answer in the fourth. So x is going to equal pi minus theta and 2 pi minus theta. To work out what theta is, I look in my table, and in the first quadrant tan is positive, so I'm looking for where will 1 on root 3 be. And the angle which gives the tangent of 1 on root 3 is pi on 6. So theta equals pi on 6. My two answers are in the second and the fourth. So x is going to equal pi minus pi on 6 and 2 pi minus pi on 6. So x is going to equal 6 pi minus pi all on 6, or 5 pi on 6, and 12 pi minus pi on 6, or 11 pi on 6. So my two answers for x are 5 pi on 6 and 11 pi on 6. And the third question involves the cosine. Where is what angles give a cosine of x equaling negative 1/2? Again, x going from 0 to 2 pi. So I look in the 4 quadrants, all stations to Camberwell. Where is cosine negative? Cosine will be negative in the second and the third. If theta is the answer in the first quadrant, then in the second quadrant it's pi minus theta, and in the third quadrant it's pi plus theta. So my answers for x will equal pi minus theta and pi plus theta. To find out what theta is, I need to go into my answers in the first quadrant. I'm looking for cosine of 1/2, and the cosine of 1/2 is here. So theta equals pi on 3, which means that x is going to equal pi minus pi on 3 and pi plus pi on 3. So x equals, in this case, 2 pi on 3 and 4 pi on 3. And they're my two answers for x in this particular case.